Welcome back. You're watching the news on Headlines now. Well, with scam after scam hitting his government, Chief Minister M. Karunanidhi is back to work on sketching the election strategy for the upcoming assembly elections. A series of meetings has hit many a roadblock in the last few months before and after A. Raja's tainted exit. And now Karunanidhi has resumed his meetings with the party workers from different districts. Now it appears that after the Spectrum saga, Chief Minister's focus is to gain support and build the party's morale right from scratch. Well, elaborate security arrangements are in place in the city and other parts of Tamil Nadu ahead of the 6th of December, which is the anniversary of the Babri Masjid demolition. Well, tight security will be in place today and tomorrow, and the Tamil Nadu Special Police and the Government Railway Police have mobilized their personnel all across the state, and anti-sabotage checks will also be conducted at all major railway stations. Let's bring you some weather update now. Well, the Met Department predicts heavy rainfall in parts of the city for the next 24 hours, and many parts of the state is currently experiencing strong winds and moderate to heavy rainfall. And as the districts in Tamil Nadu still continue to be the worst affected, schools will shut down tomorrow in Kadalur, Thanjavur and Nagapattinam, and Puducherry and Karaikal as well. And ahead of the cabinet meeting for the flood relief measures, which is on the 7th of December, the government officials visited the monsoon affected areas in Virupuram and Kadalur districts. Well, building owners charging their tenants more for electricity per unit is nothing new in the city. Now, reporter Sudarshan, who met with the tenants and electricity officials in Chennai, finds out that overcharging also takes place by other methods. Take a look at this report.
If you are a tenant who's paying more for electricity than the tariff set by the government, that's not news in Chennai. But electricity authorities say 80% of the buildings with tenants have only one electricity meter, which means you could be paying for the power used by others as well, apart from higher rates. The government tariff is 1 rupee and 10 paise per unit up to 50 units every 2 months. And the maximum tariff is 5 rupees and 70 paise for usage of 600 units and more. But the tenants Ndtv-Hindu spoke to say they pay up to 8 times on every unit they use.
मैंने सुना यहाँ पे 2 रुपये बिजली का नहीं बैठता, यहाँ से हमसे 8 रुपये ले जाते हैं। हमें मतलब ये 2 रुपये तो छोड़ो, ये उसका मतलब 3 गुना 4 गुना लेते हैं, 8 रुपये लेते हैं।
నేను ఇక్కడ వచ్చి 6 సంవత్సరాలు అయిందండి. నా ఇంట్లో ఓనర్ ఏమో 6 రూపీస్ 7 రూపీస్ మీటర్ ఛార్జ్ చేస్తాడండి.
Tenants have no option but to pay up what is demanded. Owners deny they are overcharging while they actually do by calculating usage on a single meter for all.
ஒரு யூனிட் 4 ரூபீஸ். அது இப்போதைக்கு அப்படிதான் போட்டு அதிகமாகிடுச்சு. யூனிட் அதிகமாக இல்லை மொத்தம் ஃபுல் ஃபீஸ் தான். ஒரு ஃபுல் ஃபீஸ் ரொம்ப கரண்ட் அதிகமாக ஆகிறதுனால ஒரு யூனிட் 4 ரூபீஸ் தான் போட்டு.
Electricity authorities say overcharging by building owners can be curbed only if tenants lodge formal complaints with them.
No house owner is required or expected or authorized to charge any paisa extra from any customer, any tenant than what has been fixed by the Honorable Tamil Nadu Electricity Regulatory Commission. Now, the legal remedies as to this are as follows. One, the individual has to make complaint to the TNERC, that is Tamil Nadu Electricity Regulatory Commission. Will disconnect the power supply, will penalize the people. The commission will kindly be penalty against them.
So check out your power line. If you are a victim of the single meter system and wish to take the matter to the authorities, call 285-21-300. The power department says such violations will be resolved in 2 weeks. In Chennai, reporter Sudarshan, Lokpriya, Ndtv-Hindu.
Well, it's time now to get you some business news. Well, it's all about customer satisfaction, and the Indian Overseas Bank is taking that phrase very seriously. The bank has now launched a nationwide campaign to serve their customers at their doorsteps. 26,000 employees of the organization will be knocking on the doors of the existing and potential customers to do a review of old accounts, and also they will be advising them on new savings and loan schemes available. Officers say they are confident that it will definitely help build a personal relationship with their customers, which will help their business in the long run. Well, a day after a firm message from the Union Civil Aviation Minister Praful Patel, airlines have backed down on the proposed fare bans. The airfares will now be rationalized by 25%. To give you a look at the original prices, for instance, the airline structured its fares for the Delhi-Mumbai route to be between Rs 17,000 and 25,000, but have now slashed their airfares down to the range of Rs 5,000 to 10,000. Also part of the slashing of prices was the Delhi-Hyderabad zone that was initially proposed to be an exorbitant Rs 22,000 to 40,000, but has now been cut down to 5,000 to 13,000. Well, French President Nicolas Sarkozy, who began his 4-day visit to India yesterday, was in Agra with his wife Carla Bruni. They visited the Taj Mahal yesterday, and there is a buzz that they may go to the historical monument again. The French couple will also potentially go to Fatehpur Sikri, and possibly after they visit to Taj, and they will be also attending a dinner hosted by Prime Minister Manmohan Singh later in the evening. Well, there is a huge anticipation that India and France will ink an agreement for the purchase of 6 nuclear reactors from the French nuclear giant Areva. And now France hopes to sell the 1,650 megawatts of European pressurized reactor, or the EPR, which is the world's single largest nuclear reactor. The first of these reactors is under construction in Finland, and NDTV in Science editor Pallava Bagla had a first-hand look at it.
In its womb, this reactor will house more than 100 tons of enriched uranium. Uranium that can generate a whopping 1,650 megawatts of electricity. 3 of these together can light up all of New Delhi. This is the world's single largest nuclear reactor. One its French manufacturers, Areva, claims uses 15% less uranium compared to other similar reactors.
The EPR is the safest nuclear plant in the world. It has been designed the way to be the safest. We have discussions in India today, and this discussion lasted already a certain number of months, and we are confident that the deal that we are negotiating with NPCIL can be decided soon.
Behind me is the site where the world's most modern nuclear power plant, the European pressurized reactor, is at an advanced stage of construction. India hopes to buy 6 of this very same reactor to be put at Ratnagiri in Maharashtra, in the hope that electricity generated from Ratnagiri would reach Kalavati, Rahul Gandhi's Kalavati, in her home. And the hope is that India would be able to seal this deal before the end of this year. These EPR reactors are under construction in Finland, France, and China. Each of these giants cost $4 billion. If India buys 6 at $24 billion, the deal will go down as one of the world's single largest nuclear contracts till date. Yet, none of these new reactors have become operational anywhere in the world. And the question remains, if in striking the deal, is India taking a big risk? With camera person Ajmal Jami, in Finland, Pallav Bagla for NDTV.
From the sands of the Juhu, listen to the waves crash and watch Bollywood's hottest item number. Watch that on the other side.